All right, guys, we are on step 7 of this process. It's pretty exciting because we've been working for a little while now. Right now, we said when we got done with step 6, we have a working switch plate, and that's pretty good. But step 7 is going to be good because we're gonna make it a little more interesting. We're gonna make it a little less meh. Um, uh, at least that's our intent. So here's what it says. It says make an arc on the edge to fillet, or a diagonal line on the edge to chamfer. So fillet and chamfer are two different ways we can change the edge of a three-dimensional object, right? A fillet is a rounding of that edge, and a chamfer is basically a cutting off of that edge. So there's two different ways we can change the edge, and we're going to do one of those two. Each of you are going to do one of those two in the next few days. So you're going to use the Follow Me tool. That's a new tool we haven't used before to change the edge of the switch plate cover, and that's the basic concept. And there's a video right down here, this YouTube video. If you want to use that link rather than continuing to watch me, if you want to hear a different voice, that link would take you through this process as well. So that's good to know. All right, so let's go and get to work. We need no measurements for this. All we have to do is be reasonable when we fillet or chamfer, and that should be pretty simple to do. So I'm going to go to my new tab, and again, to the waffle. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom of the waffle. We can find SketchUp for Schools. If we click that, we should get to our SketchUp for Schools menu. The thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go open, because I can't see the file I'm looking for, Google Drive. And I know that I saved my file in that 3D print folder. So I'm going in here and I'm looking for Emerson switch plate. Looks like this one right here is the one that is current and up to date. So I'm going to open this guy. And I'm going to take a quick look at the bottom. You can see already I've got everything done there that I need done. I'm going to actually take a moment and I'm going to make a copy of this. So Control C, Control V. You should not make a copy of yours. You should just leave the one you have and go from there. The reason I'm making a copy is I want to be able to compare the two of them so you can see the differences between the fillet and the chamfer. So I'm going to go to this edge, and it doesn't matter really which edge you're on, but I like this edge here. I'm going to start with an arc. And the reason I'm going to start with an arc is it's a little more of a challenge than the just diagonal line. So I'm going to go here to my arc tool, and you can get I'm going to go for the 2-point arc, which is really a 3-point arc, which doesn't really matter. But you pick anywhere that you want to start your arc, but keep in mind, you want to start your arc somewhere that you're going to be able to knock off an angle that's going to make sense. So if you wanted to start at the midpoint and then make an arc about that size, that's fine. If you wanted to go a little past the midpoint, I'd say that's good. And you can do the same thing on this edge. So I'm just going to go to here, and I'm going to, if you watch your arc, see when it gets to the purple color, that purple color means it's tangential to the edge, which is like the perfect arc for you to have. So if you click there, you've got, oopsies, now I need to do that third click, which again is, I want that purple, right? Tangent to edge. So I've got that click, and now I've got my arc tangential to the edge, and I'm ready to do the Follow Me tool. So in order to use the Follow Me tool, the first thing we need to do is we need to click on the top surface. So I've clicked on the top surface. You can see the polka dots. That's important. Then we're going to go down to the push-pull tool, and the Follow Me tool is the middle tool in that toolbar. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to click right on this space, and you can see exactly what happens. When I do that, it's going to cut that edge off all the way around the object, okay? So that's the basic concept that we're looking for. And we can do this. Now I was pretty aggressive with my arc there, so let's undo that arc, and we'll do a little bit more timid of an arc, right? So if we go from that midpoint and we find that tangent to edge, and we click there again, and then we do the same thing for that Follow Me tool, click on the top surface, then click on that Follow Me tool, and select that space that we want cut away. And now you can see it's cut away a little less aggressively than the last time. this is one thing I want to point out. There's a little hole here, okay? And that little hole is not something to worry about. That little hole, we've already tested this out, will not matter when you go to print. It's just kind of a byproduct of how the Follow Me tool works, and it's a little oops, but it's going to be fine. All right, so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to show the same tool, the Follow Me tool, but instead of doing a fillet, meaning a rounded edge, we're going to do a chamfer, which is just a diagonal edge. So we'll do that with the line tool, right, which looks just like a pencil. And we'll go again to this side, and you could go from the midpoint. And again, if you get that purple line, that's a 45-degree cut. Now, you don't have to get a 45-degree cut. That's what makes the most sense for a chamfer, but you could do whatever you want. So let's click there. I'll do this a couple times. The Follow Me tool, again, we select the top face, and we click the Follow Me tool, and we select the space we want cut away, and you can see, there we go, we chamfered that edge. So difference between a chamfer and a fillet, you can see right here on the corners, that rounded versus that diagonal, right? If you look at the top, it becomes less obvious which is which, right? It becomes less obvious which one or how they're different, but they are different for you to see. So you need to choose one of these, right? Let's undo that diagonal line, and I'll be a little more aggressive here this time with my diagonal line. I'll go from here, and again, if I've got that purple, that means it's a 45. Selection tool, click on that top face, Follow Me tool, that's the corner I want cut out. And you can see again, if you're more aggressive with that chamfer, you get more of that diagonal slope and less of the just straight up and down slope. So again, fillet, chamfer, you need to choose one of those two choices, and both of them we do using that Follow Me tool. So again, either one of those you can choose to do. I'm excited to see what you guys choose. I'm excited to see what you do. Again, watch, pause, do, which you've already done because now you're at the end. Make sure you save at the end of this process, and then you're ready to move on. Good job.